In a few moments, I'm going to educate those who are still asleep and who are still drinking the neocon Kool-Aid on the consequences of going into another useless Middle Eastern war, what that'll do for the country, what that will do for society, economically, socially, politically, what that's going to do. And we've seen this before, and more people are waking up to it, but I'm going to explain this to you clearly. But let me just say something right here. I was listening to David Duke, of all people. Now, for those of you who don't know who David Duke is, he used to be a big time Ku Klux Klan person. And he claims that he is reformed, he's redeemed, he's no longer a white nationalist, all this stuff. But he's still scorned. He's still scorned. Um, Larry F. And then I thought to myself, Larry F. Byrd, the late senator of West Virginia, he was also a reformed Ku Klux Klan member. He was a Grand Wizard. But the thing is, I see no difference between Duke and Byrd. Byrd died an honorable man, according to the establishment. Hillary called him a great mentor. Bill eulogized him. Everybody said great things about Byrd, even though he was a reformed KKK member. But Duke, who's a reformed KKK member, redeemed himself according to him. He's still vilified. Now, I just thought to myself, how fair is it that what's the difference between Byrd and Duke? There's no difference, except one's a Democrat and one was a Republican, and I'm an independent, but I'm just going on facts. And I just thought, I wonder if Duke was a Democrat, he would probably be in the Senate right now. The Democrats would be falling all over him. But I would sooner take Duke, who talks about how dangerous Zionism is, how dangerous these Middle Eastern wars are when they're being triggered for no reason, and talks about all that stuff over Byrd, who talked about abortion and this and that and all this illegal and all this liberal talk that he did when he was in the Senate. I'd rather Duke be in the Senate right now. I'd take Duke, David Duke, go after him, go follow us over him. I was listening to him about Zionism and all this stuff. And he's been saying things that I have been saying for many, many years. Zionism and neocons and all these foreign wars, it's not going to end well. Now let me explain to you guys. Sit back, sit tight. I'm about to explain it to you right now. So here is the plan that the New World Order, the Globalists, the Zionists, the neocons, the New Democrats, this is what they want. Whenever they see a piece of land in the Middle East, which has a strong government, strong dictator, he's a bit on the brutal side, but his goal is to keep his people in his country. That was the goal of Saddam, Gaddafi, Assad, Iran. I'm not saying these are good people, but they want their people in their country. Stay put. Don't go to America. Don't do any of this stuff. Build up our country. Stick together. That's what they want to do. This isn't Saudi Arabia, which is not only the largest state sponsor of terror, not Iran, Saudi. Iran only does what it does to protect its land. Saudi Arabia actually sends money all over the place, sends money to many Islamic communities all over the world to, start up some sort of jihad. This is what the hijackers from 9/11 were from Saudi. Saudi is different, but we're cozying up with Saudi and we're trying to condemn Iran. But here's the plan. They see a leader, they take him out. First of all, they want to make up stuff like, he is a big threat, like George Bush. Hey, he's a big threat. Saddam is a threat. The mushroom cloud, we got to take him out. Same thing with Donald Trump now with Iran. And they take him out. And then what happens? The region gets destabilized. Completely destabilized. Nobody can live in the country anymore. So then what happens? We have refugees coming to the West. They come to the West. The West. This is the plan, you guys. This is actually the plan. They want this to happen. Look at Libya. Look at Iraq. They tried to do the same thing with Syria, and the same thing will happen with Iran. And where Israel comes into this is that once they see a piece of land which is completely ungovernable, it's destabilized, they come in and they take the land. The Greater Israel Project, that's what they do. And I've been saying this for so long. This is their goal. This is the goal of the globalists and the New World Order. So all of you so-called patriots out there who are cheering on, hoping for another war, the next war, you're gonna have you all on one side of your mouth talk about how you don't want refugees. We don't want them refugees in our neighborhood. I don't want to see no Muslim wrapped up in some bath towel or something. Okay, but you do want to see it. Because you're going to get more of that if we continue destabilizing parts of the world. I mean, think about it. Think about it. Everywhere America has interfered in the Middle East, the country ends up a shambles and the refugees come here. Iraq, Syria, Libya, all of it happens all the time. And now they're targeting Iran. I'm telling you guys, and the reason I'm talking about this is because the president now is saying, Iran better be careful, this and that, be careful. Look, I want you guys to think about something. In every recent war that America has been in, it's America which has started that war. Now, Iraq had no intention of attacking America whatsoever. In fact, when 9/11 happened, and I mean, 9/11 was a terrible thing, but you guys have to think 9/11 did also happen because America got involved in the Gulf War, and Osama bin Laden, he says, this is Holy Land, Mecca and Medina, all this stuff. So now we're going to blow up your World Trade Center. I'm not saying he's right. He's wrong. He's in hell now. But, if we had just left those countries to deal with their own affairs, then 9/11 most likely would never have happened. In fact, it would not have happened. It wouldn't have happened. We just going in there because we want to make sure that we keep our oil in our hands, and all this stuff. We have oil. America has oil in its own country. Drill for it. And now the same thing with Iran. Okay, they blew up some piece of toy because it was flying around close to their waters. I would do it too. You know what? Leave Iran. Iran has done nothing to America. Yeah, okay, they put their women in bags and all this stuff. Is that our business? That's not our business. Let them put the women, if they want to put their women in bags, put them in bags. Wrap them up. It's none of our business. Why are we being the policemen of the world? It's because we don't care, you see. We don't care about the freedom of the Iranians. We just want to help Israel. You notice it's Israel and Saudi Arabia which is egging America on to go to war with Iran because it's them. Well, first of all, Saudi Arabia wants more refugees to come to America and to the West so that their caliphate, their jihad can come to fruition. It's easier that way. That's the thing. That's why Saudi Arabia encourages, and I'm not saying all people from Saudi Arabia are bad. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, but they encourage a lot of them to move out, do your thing, blah, blah, blah. But that's Saudi's role. Israel's role is to grow their land. And this is all intertwined with the plan of the globalists. All intertwined. I could get myself killed for this video, you guys. I can guarantee you this video is going to be demonetized. I better watch myself because this is some hardcore truth I'm giving to y'all. Hardcore truth. 100%. Y'all better hear me. Stop going on with your chucking stuff going on about war, this, war, that. Stop. Don't do it. Stop this foolishness. Stop this neocon, Sean Hannity type foolishness. Stop it. You're not being patriotic. You're putting America and the West in even greater danger. Iran has no intention to harm the United States. And I don't even think they have any intention to harm Israel. But if Israel does something stupid to Iran, hey, who can blame Iran for doing something to them? It's their country. What you talking about? Y'all better hear me. So the conclusion is another war equals more refugees. Another war means more debt. Another war means more American lives lost. And another war in the Middle East needlessly will cause more instability. And it is good for the globalists. It is good for the central banks. It is good for the war economy. Endless, unnecessary war. The only time we should ever go to war, the only time we should ever impose sanctions on another country, only time is if they threaten us or they harm us, or they have intention to harm us. They want to harm us. You guys have to be honest with yourselves. Iran has never said anything about America until America decided that Iran should not have any nuclear weapon. In fact, the reason why Iran hates America so much is because when they had their revolution back in the 70s, America said, no, you guys can't do that. You guys can't do that. No. This is our puppet Shah of Iran over here. This is our puppet. Don't get rid of him. What do you guys think you're doing? Hey. And Iran said, what? Wait a minute. We didn't interfere with you guys when you had your American Revolution. We didn't interfere with you guys, and they were around back then. Iran is an old Persia, Ottoman Empire, all those. They didn't interfere with America then. And could you imagine if they did? America would have. Well, actually, no, I shouldn't. America was still a developing country, but Iran would have probably whooped them up. Just, But there you go. Now, I'm not a pacifist. I love the military. I love all of that stuff. I've actually signed up for the military, the Canadian military. I'm waiting to hear back from them. And most military people would actually agree with me because they don't want to go to war for frivolity, for frivolous things, because we don't like the fact that Iran is making a weapon, and they've even, agreed not to make as many weapons, but it's like America, we're just never satisfied until a country that is not subservient to Israel, which is our master, a country that pushes back against them, is completely and utterly weak and subservient. That's not right. That's not right. And then in the process, we submit to the New World Order. So you guys need to think about that. If you guys want more refugees, if you guys want more debt, then go on and keep cheering on for a war with Iran. But I, for one, am tired of refugees. I think those kind of individuals should stay in their own country, build up their own country with their leaders, and not have the desire to leave their country and come here, and we develop our own country instead of developing other people's country. This is the